Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Welcome to MPWF Underground. My name's Dwayne James, Johnny Feelgood, and we have Underground episode 20 right here live on St. Nick's special day, December 25th, folks. And what a main event we have scheduled for you tonight here. The MPWF World Tag Team titles will be on the line as the Void takes on the Darkness. It's going to be incredible, as well as the Men's Underground Championship will be decided here tonight, and so much more. Again, want to thank everybody for tuning in to all the episodes of the MPWF this winter break. Appreciate you guys tuning in to seeing Super Slam Showdown. Sierra is very stoked about that, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we're continuing things here going into the new year, because we have New Dawn Rising, which will be here in the new year, ladies and gentlemen. January 1st is the goal. That is the tentative date for New Dawn Rising. But we're kicking things off here tonight with MPWF Underground as Helga makes her way to the ring. And we heard about this on War, that Helga was going to come out here and call out 6. The ATL and Nightmare Fuel have been in a battle for months here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And it needs to come to a head. Again, these women aren't even fighting for the tag team titles anymore. That's how this whole thing started. It was a battle for the tag team titles. And now they're just scrapping with each other, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the tag team champions were attacked by Pandora and Sasha Fierce, who made their debut on MPWF War. And again, leading into the Royal Rumble, and on episode 21 of War, we'll see how that continues to unfold. But again, major announcements, like I said, the Royal Rumble taking place as well. We're building towards that. WrestleMania 12, folks. 2026 is looking to be a banner year for the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And here is the veteran and legend Helga here to speak on behalf of Nightmare Fuel. And Helga says, let me start by saying I love Underground. At the Bloodshed Fight School, we only improve through combat, and this place is full of combat. The ATL clearly want to fight me and my niece, but do not understand how to ask politely. I will make it easier for you. Ingrid will return to Underground next week with the Underground title. I will take on 6 for breaking her hand. But 6, I want my shot at you right here tonight. Helga wants to fight 6 right here tonight. And again, this is practically fight night here. You guys remember that in TNA, open fight night? Again, I always age myself on commentary these days, but TNA used to have a concept called open fight night, and this is exactly how we're starting off MPWF Underground. And 6 from the ATL, Falcon Country, ain't gonna be afraid to fight Helga at all. Again, we witness her break Ingrid's hand at the Welcome to YouTube show. Look at 6 clapping as she makes her way to the ring here. And 6 has gone a little bit rogue here in recent episodes of MPWF Underground and War. Kind of backing away from her partner, the Little Beast, doing things on her own, but she has been successful. And we know that 6 is going to battle Ingrid next episode. Ingrid going to return after that injury, folks. And again, right before the Royal Rumble, 30 women will compete with the opportunity to main event and challenge for one of the World Women's Championships at WrestleMania. Again, you can feel the energy in the MPWF. You can feel that something big is going to happen at the Royal Rumble. Just the way things are going. You know, I don't even think that's a spoiler. I just think that's where the energy is taking us. But 6 said, I'm tired of running from y'all and attacking you from behind. I had to get my lick back against Ingrid because you cost us the tag team titles. I am the baddest woman on this roster and in the MPWF. I don't know why I'm hiding from y'all. I want the World Championship. I want to win the Royal Rumble match. Y'all are the biggest threats to me winning this match, so y'all have to go. Well, folks, 6 is saying that she wants to win the Royal Rumble, and that her biggest threats are Helga and Ingrid, and they have to go. And then Helga says, then shut up and let's fight. Open fight night. I told you, folks, it's Christmas. Open fight night on Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. You know, again, this is something here for the young fans of the MPWF. Boxing Day used to be open fight night, ladies and gentlemen. Them Boxing Day sales used to be open fight night at Best Buy, Walmart, wherever you think about it. People used to be scrapping, ladies and gentlemen. You remember that scene in Mean Girls when everybody was fighting after they found the burn book? That's 100% what Boxing Day used to be. Boxing Day's chill now. But MPWF Underground, not chill. Open fight night, baby. And here we go. These 2 behemoths going at it here tonight. And it's not an insult, because they could defeat anyone here in the building, ladies and gentlemen. They are 2 of the strongest and toughest women in the entire Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And now look at that, Six trying to knock over Helga, and it's not going to happen. Again, Helga looks tremendous at her age right now, in shape-wise. Again, Helga, I don't think it's going to be upset with me saying this, is, you know, not as... has lost a step. Let's be real here, folks. I was going to tell you the truth on commentary. Helga not the same as she was before, and it's hard to be at the size and strength that she carried back in the day. But Helga can more than manage herself, and she's going to here against Six. Six goes face first into the turnbuckle. And Helga right there trying to prove me wrong here. Like we said, we know what Six is capable of. We know how tough Six can be. Again, does anybody remember that hardcore matchup that she had with Morgan Stone? When she put Morgan Stone through that flaming table? It was there we saw glimpses. The title matchup she had with Lady Izanami, that we saw glimpses of Six at that next level. And I find it very interesting how she didn't mention the tag team titles at all. She straight up just mentioned the Royal Rumble and winning the world title. And again, it runs in her bloodline. Oh, wait a minute. Helga went for a dive off the top rope, a place she doesn't usually go, and got caught with a body slam there. But her cousin is Mrs. Justice Fitzgerald, the mother of the MPWF, who will be competing at the Royal Rumble for the Women's World Championship. And again, we've seen the history between Six and Justice Fitzgerald as well. And again, if you win, you can challenge for any World Championship. The MPWF Women's World title, the CAW Women's World title. So Six does not have to stay on MPWF War. And then the other question that begs is, what does Lil Beast have to say about this? Is, wait a minute, Six runs through Helga, oh my goodness. Different level. Six is operating on a different level. But again, what has Lil Beast got to say about all this? Lil Beast, a former CAW Women's World Champion herself. Former tag team champion, and the ATL held the titles for a shockingly low amount of time. But Six did say she got a look back breaking Ingrid's hand. Ingrid is not going to be happy about that at all, folks. I mean, Ingrid is pissed off as it is that she's not here tonight. But she will be here, episode 21 of Underground, to battle Six. And folks, we might need the National Guard for that matchup. But, and again, look at this. Six is dominating Helga right now. For the MPWF fans that watched this show back in the day, imagine what it would be like if you heard that someone was dominating Helga right now. That's what Six is doing here in the ring. As Six went for the knee drop, Helga moved out the way, and Helga now has Six up with a body slam, and now big time leg drop there by Helga. Fighting for her niece, fighting for Nightmare Fuel. And now kick to the midsection and a big boot there by Helga. Again, they dominated as the tag team champions as she throws her off the ropes here. And now, oh my goodness. And now, look at this here. Throwing her to the mat. And again here by Helga. Again, Helga fighting with everything she has here against the younger and potentially stronger Six. Oh, kick to the midsection there by Helga. And now Helga here, look at this. And Helga ain't afraid to get mean, folks. Helga is not going to play nicely. Oh, what a shot there. Helga dropping Six down. Clummy blow to the back. And now Helga throwing her into the buckle. And now again with that splash. And has Six all the way up here. And a body slam there by Helga. Helga looking for a Christmas victory. The Scandinavian Nightmare. Looking, forget Krampus. Ain't no... Oh my god. I was about to say something, folks. But she just dove off the top rope. Superfly style, folks. That was crazy. That was crazy. Helga don't go up there too often. And now, wait, Six catching her. And wait, Six spinning around here. And now, wait a minute, Six has Helga up here. And now, oh god. Oh god, right on her neck. Six dropped her right on her neck. Oh, that's it. That is it, folks. And that may be one of the most impressive victories of Six's entire career here, folks. Look at this here. Helga was dropped. Like, she wasn't... playing with Six and all, folks. She was dropping her into the turnbuckle. She hit that Superfly splash off the top rope. But again, look at this here. The speed of Six, the power of Six, breaking through the arm, and then wham, throwing Helga across the ring. Six is operating on a different level, and again, now is the time. Now is the time. Royal Rumble is coming up, folks. You know, it's better late than ever. And Six here beating Helga in the ring here on Underground. And again, I hope the fans truly grasp how important this victory is and what this means, folks. Again, this was a call-out. This was part of Open Fight Night. This could easily have been a built matchup on a quick preview between Helga and Six. But Six took the opportunity here tonight and beat Helga in the middle of the ring. Here it is, folks. Look at this Superfly splash here by Helga. Bam! That was amazing. That was amazing. Right here's the finish, folks. Right here's the end of the matchup. Six drops Helga right on her neck. Did you see that? Right on her neck. It's going to take a magnanimous effort to kick out of a move like that, folks. And Six is prepared for Ingrid on our next episode of MPWF Underground. Six may be one of the favorites to win in the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble. And here we are backstage with the challengers for the MPWF World Tag Team titles, Christopher Eagle, Systematic Carnage. And Eagle says, man, what is happening? I can't believe Sean is gone. And not to mention, my brother is the world champion and causing havoc everywhere he goes. I thought Mason was bad. I thought I had everything figured out, but this is too much. Sean and you have been great teachers. Hell, without you guys, I wouldn't have been the last man standing in War Games. But I need more. I need, like, darkness powers and stuff. It's the only way to beat Benson and the Void. Christopher Eagle might be onto something. Benson Club would be glitching and flying around this arena. It may take some powers to beat him. And Carnage says, do you think if powers were needed, Sean wouldn't have shown you them? Even I have been one-track minded and try to fight my son, but Halloween Havoc and Atari's Worlds and Annihilation have given me a new understanding, something I forgot. Balance is key. We have the tools to succeed and you will in time. We have to be patient. Let Benson dig his own grave. Let the Void dig their own graves. Don't you understand? Sean is letting them have their way. He is figuring out how much Benson has. Again, folks, more riddles. You know, like you said, it's like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, always riddles, folks. This darkness, always riddles. Christopher Eagle says, man, I cannot wrap my head around this. Light side, dark side stuff. Patience and no powers. Y'all are crazy. I hope you know that. Whatever you guys have planned, I have no idea how it works. But you and Atari still have faith even after Sean and Helios have been sent to the Void. Look, I have faith, and I'll follow you guys to the end. I do want those tag team titles back, though. We can bring the fight to Abraham Gabriel, right? Or do we gotta be patient about that? Big question there by Christopher Eagle, especially with this main event. And Carnage says, oh yes, tonight we're gonna bring hell, fire, brimstone, and whoop-ass. It's been some time since I've had MPWF Gold. Let's get it. Well, it's good to see there ain't going to be no patience here in the main event. It's going to be a straight-up battle. The Void versus the Darkness here on Christmas night, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. The ATL meeting each other backstage. I love B saying, so for you, it's all about the Royal Rumble, huh? No mention of our tag team or getting back the tag team titles. They took the titles for both of us. They pinned me. What about retribution for the ATL? What is going on with you? Again, there's a lot of tension going on in the ATL right now. Six says, I told you last episode to get the job done. You failed. That was our shot to get the tag team titles back and you blew it. I am a 6-foot monster that should be the most dangerous women's wrestler alive. I just destroyed the original monster Helga and broke Ingrid's hand all by myself. Carmen Carmichael parades around here with the CNA Women's World title, cosplaying as a champion. I should be the world champion. I'm going to win back the Underground title next episode against Ingrid. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I suggest you stay out of my way until you understand what's best. Alright, guys, folks, 6 is on a power trip right now. And it's going to be real hard to deny it, ladies and gentlemen. Real hard to deny it. But we got ourselves some singles competition coming up next here in the Annihilation Women's Division. Women here kicking us off strong here on Christmas. And introducing next is French-born star Joan DuPont. You see it here by these crowd reaction. The crowd is loving Joan DuPont, ladies and gentlemen. She is starting to get over in a special way on the Annihilation brand. And you know, 5'11" might not be quite be 6 foot, but 5'11" is a future prospect and a top prospect to win in the Women's Royal Rumble as well. We talk about dark horse picks here in 6 and Joan DuPont, and we're seeing that play out here tonight. Well, I say that. I may be speaking too prematurely. Joan DuPont needs to pick up her victory here tonight. We'll talk about what we saw in France on our previous episode of Annihilation when the matchup starts, folks. But again, back to that light side, dark side stuff with the darkness, folks. I was mentioning before, it's like any fantasy film, folks. For the first 3 quarters, they be talking utter bollocks, ladies and gentlemen. And you'd be like, what are you guys talking about? And then you hit the final act and you're like, it all makes sense. Apparently, that's what Sean Stephenson was saying right now. It's all going to make sense. But wait a minute. Wait, there's Shotzi Blackheart coming here to the Underground Open Fight Night, folks. I said it. Open Fight Night is here on Christmas. And Shotzi coming out here to fight Joan DuPont. This should be a great matchup here in singles competition. And again, folks, for the fans watching here on Christmas Day, thank you very much. And again, if you're seeing there in your notifications and going, man, I'm busy, then one of my MPWF fans in the Cayman Islands this Christmas, folks. Firstly, if you're in the Cayman Islands, don't watch the MPWF. Go and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the beach. Enjoy the sun. Watch the MPWF when you're back. But again, that's the beauty of YouTube. You can watch it anytime, folks. There's no pressure, right? Though what I will pressure you to do is to hit that subscribe button, folks. Remember, it is free $99, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. It don't cost a thing. All you gotta do is hit the subscribe button, and that's it. You help us out. You then find out when all the MPWF shows are. Then more people can see the MPWF. That's what we are, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that subscribe button. Comment in the comment section below, especially at Christmas time. You know, tell us what your favorite matchup was. We usually discuss it in the live chat, but again, even DJ's busy, and he's not in the live chat, folks. So again, remember, I love that you guys are here, folks. Appreciate that you guys are here, and Merry Christmas to everybody in the MPWF fan base. But here we go. And the bell is about to sound for match number 2 here on MPWF Underground. And Joan DuPont and Shotzi Blackheart. You talk about 2 firecrackers, folks. Now this is going to be interesting here as both women in the collar elbow tie-up. I give the technical wrestling ability to Joan DuPont. But Shotzi is completely unorthodox, folks. You have no idea what she's going to go for next. And I think that's something that Joan DuPont is going to have to contend for here in this matchup tonight. Nice headlock takeover there by Joan DuPont. Wrenched on that head there of Shotzi Blackheart. You see how beautiful those hips and legs are applied there to keep her down to the ground. And a switch there into the side headlock there by Shotzi Blackheart. And Joan DuPont having the leverage, and that's what's going to take the pressure off of her as she switches to a top wrist lock here. And now because of that leverage, it works to her favor, being taller, having more place for her to go, and a trip taking now Shotzi Blackheart, folks. And now, oh, there's that unorthodox offense there by Shotzi. And now Shotzi there with an insecurity. And Shotzi has been all over the independents for the later half of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. And I love to see her here more in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. As she hit an X Factor there, folks. Remember, I did not forget it. We were just talking about how impressive she's been on the independents. Joan DuPont there with a clothesline. Then we saw Joan DuPont this year in ECCW fighting Cecilia Perez. And now again to talk about what we saw in Paris, France on Annihilation. Joan DuPont's mentor, Faye Bartlett, got to bring the Intercontinental Championship home to Annihilation. And not just that, Faye Bartlett was busy. Faye Bartlett got flown into Super Slam Showdown by Santa Claus, ladies and gentlemen, on Christmas Eve. That's right, Santa Claus was on Super Slam Showdown. So folks, if you have kids, right? Or and again, you don't even have to have kids. You just want to see some more wrestling. Super Slam Showdown's the place to be. Check it out, folks. And now look at that beautiful Hurricane Run off the second rope there by Shotzi. Again, something for Joan DuPont with Faye Bartlett as the Intercontinental Champion. Does Joan DuPont win the Royal Rumble and become the Women's World Champion? Or what will happen in an inevitable, try to get my words right here, in an inevitable Intercontinental Championship match between Faye Bartlett and Joan DuPont? You know, as Mama Monique would say, I would love to see it, folks. Shotzi now throws Joan DuPont down here, and look at this big stomp to the chest. Ooh, excuse me, folks. Been eating too much Christmas food. Eating too much, or drinking too much, I should say. Cherry Pepsi, ladies and gentlemen. You know what Shotzi going for here? And oh my gosh, trying to break her down, her arms like a dying wishbone there, folks. That was crazy there by Shotzi. And she's unleashing on Joan DuPont here. And I think Joan DuPont's been busted open. And Shotzi hitting hard in this matchup, and there's a net breaker. And that's right, Joan DuPont has been split open in this matchup. And a kick out there. And now Shotzi Blackheart here, sending DuPont into the buckle. DuPont fires back with two boots to the face. Oh wait, Shotzi ducked underneath it. And now Shotzi Blackheart here, going for the Salida del Sol here on Joan DuPont. Shotzi all over Joan here. Two, and oh man. And again, this could be bad for Joan DuPont to lose here tonight, especially with the Royal Rumble looming. You've already seen Carmella Carmichael taking one of the Annihilation Women's spots. And again, if Shotzi can beat Joan DuPont, she might take her spot in the Royal Rumble. Oh my God. And Joan DuPont now is fired up. Joan DuPont is seen red here. Oh, big short arm clothesline there. And DuPont now getting this crowd here on her side. Oh, another big boot there to Shotzi, dropping her down. Joan DuPont has snapped, folks. And DuPont now has her up here, folks. And there it is, a beautiful French power bomb there by Joan DuPont. And that is it, folks. Damn. Damn. Joan DuPont sat there and went, hang on a minute. I ain't supposed to be here. And she came up and just fought out there and destroyed Shotzi Blackheart. Joan DuPont really said, the time for messing around is done. It's time to get to business. The Salida del Sol here in the near fall made Joan DuPont wake up, folks. She woke up and was like, nuh-uh. Look at here, reverse drop kick. And then she power bombed her right here on her knee. Look at this. Bam! That is vicious. That caused some serious damage there to Shotzi. And now Joan DuPont there with the power bomb, and wham! And that was it, folks. And DuPont here, look at the seriousness on her face. Again, the Royal Rumble's coming up. It's time to put up or shut up, folks. Then you're going to hear me say that continuously until the Royal Rumble comes up. And oh, wait a minute. There is Billy Valentine, the general manager of Annihilation, KK Quam. And Quam says, where have you been? I've been trying to get a hold of you since Annihilation. We saw Billy Valentine attack Dragonheart on Annihilation. We also want to apologize. We lost the audio during that segment, folks. So hopefully it is here tonight for the whole show. Billy Valentine says, I apologize. I was in the Alps on a 6-night toga party celebrating my eventual Underground Championship win tonight and my becoming the first light heavyweight champion in the MPWF. And boy, what a party it was. I would not want to be anywhere near a toga party with Billy Valentine, folks. There's a man right now that is in jail. I feel like when in parties is like that, folks, but we ain't gonna mention him. As KK Quam says, it seems that your celebration was premature. Billy, I didn't like the way you won the core challenge, and I don't appreciate you attacking and assaulting Dragonheart and Annihilation. You will not be in the Underground title match tonight. Hector Flores will take your place. I'm putting my foot down on corruption here on Annihilation. Well, let's go, Clown. Put your damn foot down. Okay, it's about time. With the generation of scum running around doing their foolishness, it's about time. Billy Valentine thought he could just assault Dragonheart. Well, he ain't going to compete in the Underground title matchup. And the ramifications is huge. The winner of the Underground title matchup, if you're on the Annihilation brand, will guarantee themselves to be in the title matchup for the brand new Light Heavyweight Championship coming to Annihilation. So it is a big time important win here for this matchup later tonight. But folks, we got for the first time ever, you've been seeing the Superstar Initiative play out here on War and Annihilation. Again, Hector Flores got a victory on Annihilation, and the man is now in the Underground Championship matchup here tonight. But this, for the first time, is going to be two wrestlers from the Superstar Initiative facing each other here on MPWF Underground. Introducing first is the Paragon himself, Mr. J. Pierce. And he had an impressive showing against Tendencies. And J. Paragon Pierce is going to be looking to pick up a win here. And again, Royal Rumble, there's 15 spots, folks, on War and Annihilation. Impress, and you could be in the Royal Rumble match. But here comes the OG. Can't believe we're saying this OG now. This man debuted in 2019, folks. But 2019 at this point was over 7 years ago. Lord have mercy. What a game, folks. What a game. You know, if 2019 was updated, that's where we'd be. I ain't gonna lie to you. 2019 is still a golden game, ladies and gentlemen. But Cole Quinn, part of the Superstar Initiative, finally walking away from Baron Blade. Took the man years. Had to get screwed over by Ricochet and Baron Blade. We saw that on Core Wrestling Global, folks. And again, if you haven't seen Core Wrestling Global, head over to our secondary channel, which is now being rebranded from the MPWF Chairman to Core Wrestling Global. And you can see episode 4 there with Genesis arriving soon on YouTube, folks. And it's going to feel completely different. I'm telling you that right now. I cannot wait for Genesis to be out on the Core Wrestling Global channel. But Cole Quinn, Mr. CQ, looking to step it up in a big way here on MPWF Underground. Seems the crowd here cheering Cole Quinn more than J. Paragon Pierce. Cole Quinn is taking this in here. He's wanted to be in the MPWF for a long time. Now the goal here is to sign a full-time contract. Now we're looking at all of the people part of the Superstar Initiative. Hector Flores is in the lead. That man pinned Malcolm Gray in a Hardcore Rules matchup on Annihilation. Then we saw a rematch, well not the rematch, but we saw the rematch between T-Dot and Malcolm Gray in a Hardcore match. Great matchup on Annihilation. T-Dot picking up the victory. T-Dot another standout, another dark horse to winning the Royal Rumble this year. It's both men here fighting in the collar elbow tie-up. And now look at that, J. Paragon Pierce with a side headlock here on Cole Quinn. And Quinn now, twisting at him now, going back to that top wrist lock here, folks. It's Wrestling 101 going on between Cole Quinn and J. Paragon Pierce, as Pierce switches it into a hammerlock here. Again, how often do you see wrestling holds on a wrestling show these days, ladies and gentlemen? It's a beautiful sight to see. As Cole Quinn here, with that chin lock here, applying the pressure. And now again, switch it back to that hammerlock, folks. We got some chain wrestling, brother. We got some chain wrestling going on here tonight. And I went Cole Quinn there. I don't know what he's doing with his arm there, folks. Man's double jointed, but gets thrown off the ropes here. Dropped down there by J. Paragon Pierce. And Cole Quinn almost fell to the outside of the ring, but Quinn fires back with an elbow. And now, Mr. CQ Cole Quinn up the top rope there with a drop kick. And he's telling J. Paragon Pierce off. He's telling him I can chain wrestle better than you. And now Cole Quinn here. Oh, face buster there to J. Paragon Pierce. And now again, oh man. And I always talk about it, folks. So a lot of you might be like, why are we seeing Cole Quinn and J. Pierce? Opportunity, folks. That's all anyone in life needs, is opportunity. You cannot move up if you don't get the opportunity. And that's what both general manager Brian Adams and KK Kwan have given here, including Meredith Gray, is opportunity for both of these men to stand up and step out here. And I'll tell you what, right now, I'm not upset for it. I think it's a good thing. There's Jay Pierce. Oh, stiff kick there to Cole Quinn's back. Jay Pierce now picking Cole Quinn right the way back up. He and now throws him into the buckle. And now look at that elbow there by Jay Pierce. Cole Quinn dropping, and now Jay Pierce springboarding up the bottom rope. Now hook of the leg here to pin Cole Quinn, but Cole Quinn kicking out right away. Jay Pierce. Say we've seen he's got a vicious side. We saw that against Tendencies on MPWF War a couple episodes back. But Cole Quinn throwing him in there. Oh my God! Cole Quinn went for a big move. Jay Pierce able to get his knees up. That was insane, folks. And oh, now he ruins it. Now he ruins it. He just did a move where he got a pop from the crowd and then decides to step on his face like that. Matt, disrespectful ass Jay Pierce here, folks. And now, oh, big snap down there. Jay Pierce bar humbugging us here, folks. It's Christmas Day, and Jay Pierce out here acting like that. You know, you should be happy, man. Christmas spirit here, folks. Come on. And, oh, God, what a boot to the face there of Cole Quinn. And Jay Pierce hooking the leg here on Cole Quinn. 2, and a kick out. So I like, again, Jay Pierce is experienced, folks. You know, he competed in Japan. Look at him taking his time here. No wasted motion. No rushing. He is all over Cole Quinn right now. The question is going to be, folks, is who will get to use one of these two men next? Somebody's going to be a winner here in this matchup. So again, Brian Adams and KK Crown are going to be fighting to see who to have the winner wrestle a matchup at Annihilation or War. And a kick out after the Mahistra Cradle. And oh, look at this. Jay Paragon Pierce don't know where he is and gets leg sweeped. Cole Quinn getting ready to watch that new Street Fighter movie. Actually, speaking of Street Fighter, have you guys watched the animated version of that? From like really the 80s or the early 90s version of this, folks. I apologize. I'm well more versed in Mortal Kombat. Hence Klaus being the Scorpion, Angel Ortiz being Sub-Zero. But the animated film I watched from the Street Fighter was unbelievable. And the movie looks crazy that's about to come out, ladies and gentlemen. I was definitely more of a Mortal Kombat person growing up, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. And same thing, Dead or Alive versus Tekken. Dead or Alive 3, baby. Dead or Alive 3, baby. As now Cole Quinn goes for the cover up that net breaker, but Jay Pierce grabbing the ropes. Seems MPWF Underground ends up being what we talk about. Video games and other stuff that we've seen here. And now, oh my goodness. I know I mentioned before about the Steam Machine coming out on Halloween Havoc. But apparently Steam Machine going to be expensive as hell. So the sales that they were expecting to get from that is not going to be taking place, ladies and gentlemen. Which is a shame. A home console for Steam games would be insane, folks. I tell you right now, I have so many Steam games that you get on sale. Like right now, what is it? Hogwarts Legacy is like $7 on Steam, folks. There's other games that's like, you know, dirt cheap on Steam. So you could imagine if you had the opportunity to play it on a console. And now, wait a minute. What a move out the second rope there by Jay Paragon Pierce. Shutting me up here. And oh, gets a near fall here in Cole Quinn. Let me get back to this matchup here, folks. I'll talk about the Steam Machine in a second. These boys here killing it, and I ain't giving them the respect that they deserve. And I'll call Quinn with that reversal. And I'll go in after the arm here. Oh, he kicked to the midsection here. Now Cole Quinn got Jay Pierce up. And now there's a DDT there, dropping him. And now Cole Quinn looking for the win after that big DDT. And oh my goodness. Cole Quinn got a bit bounce back after Ricochet. Again, you don't want to lose again after a man was tweeting at you whilst you're wrestling. As Cole Quinn up the top rope, there drops a knee right to his neck. Cole Quinn looking for the victory here. 2. And oh, Jay Pierce kicks out. And now Cole Quinn here, fired himself up, and oh wait a minute, Jay Pierce sidestepped him, and Cole Quinn landed hard on the floor. And now Jay Pierce now, what's he doing here? And now, oh, he tried to break his legs on the outside of the ring there. Jay Paragon Pierce tried to break his legs on the outside of the ring there. And yeah, Cole Quinn is holding his legs. Cole Quinn is in bad shape after that one. And now, wait a minute. He's going to do it again in the ring here. And Paragon Pierce is working on that knee there of Cole Quinn. And Pierce, who we know loves submissions, can get an easy tap out here. Now, wait a minute. Cole Quinn, though, catch him in the roll-up. Some call it the inside cradle. 2. Oh, Cole Quinn does it. Cole Quinn steals it out of nowhere, and Pierce can't believe it. Literally, Cole Quinn couldn't stand up. He had to get the victory off that move. His leg was damaged there by Pierce, and Pierce took too long to capitalize, and Cole Quinn able to get the victory. Said outside of my rants during this matchup was an incredible matchup between these two men. See, even this, I didn't even notice that early on in the match, Pierce was working at that knee, so Pierce sensed it, that leg was bothering Cole Quinn, and decided after this move here out the top turnbuckle that he needed to go after his leg. Look at this. Big move here off the top by Pierce. Cole Quinn barely kicking out of that. So this DDT here, folks, almost had it. And again, this might have done some more damage to Cole Quinn's knee. I didn't even think about this. That diving knee drop. Like I said, Pierce was wrestling with some extreme psychology, high in-ring IQ, folks. Too many eyes, pal. Too many eyes. And Pierce is not happy at all. Telling Cole Quinn, I'll get you the next time that we wrestle, with Cole Quinn here limping, as you can see. But it doesn't matter because he gets the W here on the Underground. Open Fight Night continues here, folks. And oh, wait a minute. Look at this confrontation. Scorpion Zinder and Richard Hawkins. And Hawkins has been busy recently here in the MPWF. And he says, don't tense up. Listen to me. You have major potential that has never been seen through. You're inconsistent. One day you beat me, a former world champion, and the next you lose to a brand new superstar. Your former tag team partner, Marcus, is the world heavyweight champion. If that doesn't bother you, then I am wasting my time. See how you fare in this Underground title match, and then come back to me. I'm starting a family. If we were to become a family, this could be the break you've always wanted and looked for. Richard Hawkins is doing some recruiting here. We saw Richard Hawkins speak to Cecilia Perez earlier, folks, and now he's talking to Scorpion Zinder. And there's going to be a lot going through that man's mind as he competes up next here for the Underground Championship, folks. Our semi-main event of the evening here on Late Night Underground. Yeah, what does Richard Hawkins mean that he's creating a family, folks? What does that mean? But here, let's take a look at the rules of the Underground title matchup. 2 superstars will start in the ring. Every 1 minute 30, another superstar will enter. Elimination can only occur by pinfall or submission. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner, folks. We've seen it a couple times, but this is our Underground rules matchup to crown a new Underground champion, folks. Who's going to have a good Christmas here tonight, folks? It could be this man right here, Dragonheart. Could be celebrating Christmas in the best way possible by becoming the next Men's Underground champion. And again, he's very happy about the news that Billy Valentine won't be in this matchup. These two men have been going at it since the Core Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Dragonheart thought he ended it at Halloween Havoc with Billy Valentine on Annihilation, saying, no sirree, Bob. But again, Dragonheart can forget about Billy Valentine. Big opportunity here tonight to become the Men's Underground champion and to be in the finals for the Light Heavyweight Championship. Again, when the matchup begins, folks, we will explain more about the Underground Championship and what that means for our new fans. A little refresher for our old fans here, folks. Again, Merry Christmas. I'm going to keep saying it here tonight. It's Christmas, folks. December 25th, MPWF Underground. Special show for everyone here, folks. Eight men will compete in this matchup. And Dragonheart entering at number 1. And who is entering at number 2? Oh, hell yeah! Chosen is here. Chosen makes his debut here in the MPWF, competing for the Underground Championship. And I'm going to give respect to my boy Chosen. We ain't going to give it. Do you guys remember when Christian returned to the WWE and Todd Grisham was like, it's Christian? We can't do that to Chosen. We're not going to say it's Chosen. Chosen's here, folks. This is big. Can Chosen pick up the win here and become the Underground Champion? He'd be the first superstar not contracted to the MPWF to win this championship. Now again, I can talk about the championship. The Underground Championship is like a... Again, this is back to TNA, folks. Who would have thought that we had taken so many concepts from TNA? You remember Feast or Fire? When everybody would compete in that matchup, and then you get the briefcase, and then you could challenge for any of the championships. Well, specifically, this is for the divisional championships in the MPWF. So for the men's side, as this is the men's underground matchup, War has the European title. They have the tag team championships and the cruiserweight title. So if you win the underground championship, you can challenge for one of those championships right here on MPWF Underground. And if you're on the Annihilation brand, as Dragonheart is unleashing his amazing offense already, you can challenge for the Zero Limits title, the tag team titles, and soon to come, the light heavyweight championship from the Annihilation brand, folks. And again, it's a big opportunity. We saw Kane Knight become the European champion. The only man so far that has one championship gold after cashing in that Underground Championship. We've seen the ATL become the women's tag team champions, as well as, oh, you're Chosen now, showing off that offense. As well as Strike Force, they beat the ATL, sorry, I should say that. Never mind, the Strike Force did not use the women's Underground Championship. But so far in the women's division, no one has failed to cash in, whereas Maximus Guerrero Jr. did fail to cash in the men's Underground Championship, but he's been having some bangers with Yamamoto Yoshino on MPWF War, and now Dragonheart measuring Chosen here, and what a one-on-one matchup this would be as Dragonheart flies on top of Chosen. Dragonheart takes nothing for granted here, ladies and gentlemen. He almost did make it to the MPWF. He takes everything here seriously. We saw here, if you see on our episode of MPWF Annihilation in the comment section, Dragonheart talked about how important it is that the new championship is here for him to win on Annihilation. And not just that, the men have an opportunity to be that Royal Rumble matchup. Wait a minute! Is that the fucking Iron Sheik? Excuse my language! What the hell? What? What a pop, folks! The Iron Sheik! Whose back is he gonna break, and who is he gonna make humble here tonight? Merry Christmas! Oh my goodness! The Iron Sheik is here. This is my pick. The Iron Sheik is my pick, folks. He better win this damn match. The Iron Sheik better win this matchup. I want to see him cut promos with the championship, folks. Iron Sheik here on Underground. Man, don't tell me you don't have fun here with the MPWF. Dragonheart now whipping the Iron Sheik into the buckle. Now, Iron Sheik might have to be a recurring character here, ladies and gentlemen. But, oh my god, reverse runner there by Chosen. Iron Sheik and the Mac Pack. Maybe that's who the Mac Pack needs to get invested in. Like, could you imagine Iron Sheik coming out to party in the USA? Lord have mercy. How insane was that on MPWF War as well? Chase the Rib was on one on MPWF War. And oh man, Dragonheart diving on top of Chosen. Now this matchup is going to be insane, folks. 8 men. And look at, oh, he's spraying start him. Iron Sheik said he don't give a damn about COVID-19 here, folks. There's a backbreaker there to Dragonheart. But it's 8 men in this matchup. So far we have 3. Number 3. 3 really is the magic number. The Iron Sheik. And oh wait, here comes Scorpion Zinder. And we saw just now him speaking to Richard Hawkins and what that entailed. Scorpion Zinder now. Again, Richard Hawkins saying that Scorpion Zinder is one of the most inconsistent wrestlers in the MPWF. 1 minute he'll pin a former world champion, the next minute he'll lose to a local superstar. I think Richard Hawkins is actually right about that. I don't agree with everything Richard Hawkins has done recently, but Scorpion's in and needs this win maybe more than anyone here. As now Dragonheart kicking Iron Sheik all the way to the outside of the ring. And I forgot to mention here, folks, this is no disqualification as well. So this is just pandemonium, is what the Underground Rules matchup is. It's like very reminiscent of the Time Limit title matchup back in the day, folks. Again, another old person reference. But back in the day, you used to have this phenomenal matchup called Time Limit Title. It was the most fun you could have on a wrestling game, folks. SmackDown 2 and Here Comes the Pain. Shut Your Mouth. Some of my favorite Time Limit title matches, folks. It was unbelievable. As Dragonheart tried to pin Scorpions in here. Oh my god. Chosen tried to stomp on the neck there of the Iron Sheik. You have the Iron Sheik. And then fun fact, DJ has met the Iron Sheik before. Great guy, ladies and gentlemen. And now wait a minute. Dragonheart here again. Wow, he's unbelievable. He is unbelievable. And he just got his back broken. And he just got made humble by the Iron Sheik here. And now speaking of Chase the Rib, he's out here next. Representing the Mac Pack, and the crowd booing him here. You know, I was gonna boo him, but again, Party in the USA is phenomenal. Great song, folks. Don't care what you say. I think Mac Natural wants to get over. That's the theme song he needs to use. Mac Natural was furious about having to come out and said that's the reason he lost the tag team matchup on MPWF War. It was because he came out to Party in the USA. Again, utter nonsense if you ask me, folks. Again, for all the British fans here, this is what's that quote by Sean Dyche? Utter woke nonsense for Mac Natural. And I wait a minute, Iron Sheik there with a back suplex on Dragonheart. And Iron Sheik now could eliminate the favorite to winning this matchup. 2 and off. Dragonheart kicks out. Then how insane is the Premier League right now, folks? Get up for all of our American and Canadian fans, they may not be versed to the Premier League going on right now. Again, DJ's a Manchester United fan, so it's been hell for years, ladies and gentlemen. For years, so I didn't even get started because I'll be riding for the rest of the show, but United till I die, folks. United till I die. As Chase goes to the cover, and Iron Sheik kicks out. Oh my goodness. And again, you want to start debating in the comment section, though. I'll tell you this, for any United fan watching, I am hammering in. So you can take that the way you see it, have it the way you want it, folks. As there was another version of a football there that Dragonheart used. And oh man, Chosen eliminated the Iron Sheik. Come on now, man. I wanted the Iron Sheik to win this matchup, but here comes Hector Flores. And now Chosen has Dragonheart there with an alley-oop. I'm telling you, this is insane, folks. Again, you can't really call this matchup for holds. It's just a cluster match. See him, the cameraman doesn't know where he's going here. Our bird's eye view camera going willy-nilly here tonight. As Scorpion's in there trying to pin Dragonheart. You got Chase, the Rib, and Hector Flores fight on the outside. And man, again, the momentum that Hector Flores has. And now wait a minute, Scorpion's in the back, flipping over Dragonheart. And a beautiful bridge here. Dragonheart in trouble. Oh my god, Zinder almost got it. It appears that Scorpion Zinder is fired up after his talk with Richard Hawkins. Maybe Scorpion Zinder realizes that, yeah, man, Richard Hawkins is right. I need to get on and do something. And now Hector Flores waiting for him here. And oh my god, double knees off the rope there. The Meteora by Flores on Scorpion Zinder. And oh man, Hector Flores is on fire here in this matchup. And in about 10 seconds, we got another wrestler coming out here to join us for this match. And again, I'm not counting right now, but I believe this is number 7 coming out here. As it's Kaz Michaels representing the Young Goats. And boy, have they been impressive recently. And now look at that beautiful move there by Kaz Michaels. Again, they've been on Super Slam Showdown. We saw them take on... Oh wait, Chase just got eliminated. I was going to say we saw him take on Martian Thrash last episode. Chase the Rib's been eliminated. So out goes the Mac Pack, and there's the Flyboy Fly off the top rope there. A shout out to Alan Flyboy Fletcher. And Hector Flores has been eliminated. Ain't no shame in that, boy. Ain't no shame in that. Dragonheart's a machine. Dragonheart is a machine. We still have one more man left to come into this matchup. And he has the ultimate advantage here coming out last, especially in a matchup like this. Now, wait a minute. Oh, Cass Michaels might be concussed. That backflip German suplex just eliminated Cass Michaels right away. But I wasn't expecting that. I thought that Cass Michaels would have been in this for a lot longer. But the way that he landed on the back of his head by Scorpion Zinder, and like I said, Scorpion Zinder is on one here tonight, folks. And Chosen and Dragonheart have been in this one since numbers 1 and 2. And here comes our final man in this matchup, representing Annihilation, is Charlie Jean. And Charlie Jean, we saw him speaking to K-Knight, and K-Knight told him, your time is now, man. K-Knight became the new European champion and said, your time is now. Can Charlie Jean keep up with that here tonight? Dragonheart dropping down Charlie Jean here. And now Charlie Jean, went for the big move. Not able to get it. And now Dragonheart, again, could be going for another 619 here. And oh no, it gets stopped there by Chosen. And Chosen going after Dragonheart. I'm telling you, one-on-one, Chosen and Dragonheart, that's what I want to see. We've seen previews of it here tonight as Charlie Jean here, the Scouse Supernova. And, oh my God, stomping away at the arm there. I mean, you talk about United having a rough time. Ask Charlie Jean how he feels about Arnie Slot. Lord have mercy. And now, wait a minute, nice head scissors takeover there by Dragonheart. And oh, Zinder now firing back. And now, wait a minute. Chosen now trying to eliminate Scorpion Zinder from this matchup with a cover. 2. And oh, man. And now, a Spanish fly there by Dragonheart from standing. And now Chosen here. I know, wait, no, what a reversal by Dragonheart. He just alley-ooped him right there on the shovel. Face first, Chosen win. And Dragonheart gets the win. So we are guaranteed that an Annihilation wrestler will win the Underground Championship. And there's a reverse runner to Charlie Jean. Which means whoever wins this matchup will be guaranteed to be in the light heavyweight title match when we crown the new champion. And now Dragonheart there. And all men have agreed to this. They signed the contract before that they're not going to cash in the Underground Championship. That they are going to be a part of the first ever light heavyweight title match. Wait a minute, there's Billy Valentine. Billy Valentine now on the outside of the ring. And he's not a part of this matchup. He was taken out of it. And he's distracting Dragonheart here. Now Billy Valentine might need to let this go here, folks. He's like a damn jilted ex. Losing his first matchup to Dragonheart at Halloween Havoc. And Dragonheart now jumping down to take out Charlie Jean here. The distraction there. And now wait a minute, Scorpion Zinder there. Blue Thunder Bomb to Dragonheart. Blue Thunder Bomb with the cover. 2. Oh, Scorpion Zinder eliminates Dragonheart. As Scorpion Zinder just got his win back. Dragonheart beat Scorpion Zinder in action. And thanks to Billy Valentine, Dragonheart, the odds-on favorite to winning this matchup, has been eliminated. So now we're down to 2. Charlie Jean and Scorpion Zinder. One of these men will be the Underground Champion. One of these men will be guaranteed to be in the first ever light heavyweight title matchup in MPWF Annihilation history. And now Zinder here, waiting for it. Zinder could prove everyone wrong here tonight. Hanging Charlie Jean up in the ropes. Scorpion Zinder now going to the top. And Zinder with the Swanton, and Charlie Jean moved out the way. And Charlie Jean now going after the arm here. And a sliding punch there by Charlie Jean. Again, Charlie Jean has been so impressive all year. And yet what a contrast it's been for him. A year ago, Charlie Jean won the Underground Championship through nefarious means. But can he win it legit here tonight? And oh wait, went for that kick. Scorpion City was looking for that backflip into the German suplex. And now kick to the gut here. And now Charlie Jean has him up and he drops into right on his head with the stack, with the cover. And Charlie Jean is the new Men's Underground champion. What a matchup between all these men. But again, the number certainly benefited Charlie Jean here in this matchup. But not only that, Charlie Jean has been fighting all year to change his character, to change his ways, and he went from cheating with the British Fist, with the Commonwealth, I should say, folks. British Fist, I'm thinking this is the MPWF from back in the day. But from cheating with the Commonwealth to win the Underground title against Kane Knight, to winning it legit here in this matchup tonight. So you can see the action here. Again, if you want to describe what kind of matchup this was, the Iron Sheik was here tonight, folks. That's how you describe this matchup. You want to know what was going on with this? The Iron Sheik was here, folks. And again, the distraction there by Billy Valentine. Dragonheart, I believe, was on his way to winning here tonight. And again, what a moment for Charlie Jean and what this means for him. Because not just that, Charlie Jean, as I mentioned before, will be now in the first ever MPWF light heavyweight title matchup. He's looking to cash this in here and make it big and be known as the first ever light heavyweight champion in MPWF history. What a moment for Charlie Jean here tonight on Christmas. And again, the ultimate Christmas present for the Scout Supernova here tonight. But again, we're continuing that holiday spirit because we're not done. Folks, coming up New Year's Day is going to be Noon Dawn Rising, and we'll take a look at the matches here now. As we know that Yu Shahari Atari will battle Morgan Stone. These women have been battling for a while and went crazy on MPWF Annihilation with the inclusion of Benson Clement, as well as the debut of Warbound Syndicate. They will battle the Future Foundation for the CW World Tag Team Championships. We're live from Honolulu, Hawaii, and this match, folks, Tora, the number one contender, will challenge the YouTube champion, the People's Champion, the Cypher. The Cypher may have too many ops in the MPWF. Who will walk away as the YouTube champion? And how about our main event of the evening, folks? 6-man tag team action. It is going to be the Generation of Scum, Marcus Eagle, Lamar Goldman, and Lamar James Jackson versus the one Shane Carter, Antonio Goldman, and the Messiah of the MPWF, Joey Eagle. That is a huge main event. 4-match special card taking place New Year's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, that's New Dawn Rising, but right now we're going to head to ringside because it is time for our main event of Underground. Let's continue this Christmas spirit with the MPWF World Tag Team titles. And there they are, folks. Scary times here in the MPWF. Benson Clement buried Sean Stevens at Halloween Havoc. It was truly a Halloween horror night. And now Benson Clement has his eyes set on the Royal Rumble matchup. But before we get there, the battle between the Void and the Darkness for the Tag Team Championships. Abraham and Gabriel defend here tonight. They could turn this into the Nightmare Before Christmas without the happy ending, folks. Ain't gonna be no Jack Skeleton here. This is going to be a war in our main event. You know, we've had some fun tonight, we've messed around, but ain't gonna be no joking in this one. This one is gonna be deadly serious here tonight, folks. So they are as intimidating as ever, ladies and gentlemen. And again, there's no one left. No one left to stop them, it appears. So Benson Clement is easily one of the top 4 favorites to win in the Royal Rumble match, folks. Easily. Again, he got to the final 3 at the last Royal Rumble. It could be the time now for Benson Clement to challenge for one of the World Championships. And these are his chosen soldiers, Abraham and Gabriel. What an ovation here in the MPWF arena, folks. And here they are, the second son, Christopher Eagle. Systematic Carnage, representing the Darkness here tonight, looking to win tag team gold. Again, folks, what do you think about what was said earlier tonight about the patience? I know some fans are frustrated. They're like, what do you mean patience? How long is this going to take for Sean Stevens' plan to come through here, folks? Honestly, that's the side I'm at. That's the side I'm at right now. Waiting to step up because, bro, you 6 feet under right now. You are in the void. What could you possibly have planned to stop Benson Clement? Because right now it looks like the void is taking over. But we heard it there. Christopher Eagle has full faith, ladies and gentlemen. Full faith. And again, I should mention here, speaking of faith, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta wish happy birthday to the man Jesus himself, ladies and gentlemen. How can I mention that without Christmas? How can I mention it's Christmas Day and we don't give a happy birthday out to Jesus Christ here, ladies and gentlemen? You know, I hope he's not watching this matchup because this is gonna be satanic, folks. This is gonna be crazy between these 4 men. But here we go. Like I said, the kids had their fun on Christmas Eve. Now it's time for the horror nuts to have their fun here in our main event on Christmas Day, folks. Carnage and Eagle versus the Void, Abraham, and Gabriel. And again, what about what Christopher Eagle's talking about? What he's going through here, folks? The fact that his brother is the world champion now. Marcus is the world champion, beefing with their dad. We know that there's not a good relationship between Christopher and Marcus at all. And Christopher, again, came from winning War Games. He got the pinfall victory at War Games. Christopher was on track to winning the YouTube Championship. He won the tag team titles with Sean Stevens, which is huge. He won the tag team titles with the GOAT. But again, not winning at SummerSlam, not winning at Halloween Havoc. The Darkness needs to do something here big tonight. And a drop kick there by Christopher, knocking Abraham off the apron. And now sends Gabriel into the turnbuckle here. And now wait a minute. Off the ropes, beautiful takedown there by both men. And now Carnage, they're dropping a big leg. And like you said, Carnage says that he's been too distracted with his son. Carnage finally beating Abraham in an insane matchup on our last episode of MPWF Underground. Again, Carnage went from not being able to hurt his son to bona fide whooping his ass, folks. Like it was a 180 flip. Carnage went from not being able to touch his son, as you're seeing here tonight, to dog whooping this boy. And oh my God, Gabriel almost got thrown out the building. He almost got launched out the building there. And now again, Carnage, just like I was mentioning, with the superplex off the top right there to Gabriel. Sorry, to Abraham, his son. And Gabriel coming back here, trying to knock the big man down. And Gabriel again there with another drop kick. So the other thing these men are going to watch out for is Benson Clement on the outside of the ring. Again, the momentum is on their side. But again, let's talk about this whole balance is key thing, folks. You know what? We've heard this before again. If you're a Star Wars fan, remember back in the day when they thought that someone was going to bring balance to the Force, that it meant that the light side was going to win. But what had to take place was Anakin had to fall to the dark side and then create balance of the Force when he saw his son. Now, granted, we ain't seen anybody fall to the dark side like that in this situation here in the MPWF, but we don't exactly know what bringing balance to the MPWF between the light and the dark means, right? Does that mean total failure first before the light side prevails? Does that mean we need to have a portion of the dark side? Does that mean that Benson Clement needs to become the world champion? I might not work here anymore if that takes place, because quite frankly, I don't want to go to the upside down ball. I don't want to get sucked into the void. You imagine me fighting Gorgons? You imagine me dealing with stuff like that? I don't want that. And now, oh my god, a moonsault off the top rope there by Abraham. And now look at this. Oh, Christopher Regal went for the dive and missed. And look at the faith now. Look at this here. Abraham stood there and knew that it wasn't going to happen. And like I said, it's like there is a power and a confidence now that has been instilled in the void since Halloween Havoc. We felt a paradigm shift here at Halloween Havoc. Getting even down to the fact that Abraham and Gabriel are still walking after taking simultaneous power bombs off the stage, folks. But now look at these knees here by Abraham to Christopher Regal. Benson Clement undoing the turnbuckle. So you got all them powers and you still cheating like that. It's insane, folks. Wrestling is the only place you'll see that. And oh god, what a shot there by Abraham. And Abraham there with a headbutt to Christopher Regal. As he now throws Christopher into the buckle again. Let's talk about another one of DJ's favorite franchises, Lord of the Rings. Right, like it was pure chaos. Right, like the men of Middle Earth were losing, folks. They were getting their ass whooped. Right, Osgiliath was getting destroyed by the Orcs. Right? There was no damn hope there whatsoever. And then something happened. You know, they got the Ghost Men back and they dominated, folks. Again, Helm's Deep, both versions, book version when the men of the West came out and helped them out, or the book version when the elves showed up, ladies and gentlemen. So again, who are the elves? Who are the men of the West? Who are the ghosts that's gonna help the darkness? Does Sean Stevens have that plan? That's the question. She sends him up the buckle. Oh, big move there by the Void. Again, Benson Clement on Annihilation said there is no help. There is no balance. It is my domination. Okay, we saw Yoshihari Atari get in his face. Again, she will be meeting Morgan Stone at New Dawn Rising. And now Abraham was undoing the turnbuckle as well here whilst the referee was distracted and making sure that Christopher cannot make the tag. And they are straight up cheating here tonight, folks. And now Gabriel back in here. And now Gabriel has Christopher Eagle up there with a gut-wrench powerbomb. And Gabriel, again, like I said, I don't know what kind of torture that he went through. You see the cuts all over his body, but whatever that torture did to him has turned him to a new place. Has got him to a better place. And oh my god, there's a Land of the Living Skies by Christopher Eagle. Giving a shout out to his pops. And now taking Abraham off the apron. And now Christopher going after Benson Clement. And now Carnage whooping Gabriel on the outside of the ring. And now wait a minute. Christopher will go for the bloodline. And a bloodline there. And now Gabriel catching Christopher with a kick to the face though. Again, just like that, the Darkness thought they had the momentum back on their side, and the Void switched it up. The Void able to come back there, and oh man, Christopher Regal goes spine first into the turnbuckle. And Gabriel now once again with those knees. Look at that. That is horrible to watch, folks. Every time you see it. Vicious knees to the face there by Abraham, sorry. Again, Abraham, Gabriel, biblical names here, folks. And they're giving them a biblical ass whooping here tonight on Christmas. I'll tell you that right now. And again, we're talking about Christmas. We're talking about the Bible. Judas had to turn on the disciples, had to turn on Jesus in order for Jesus to arise again, folks. Is that what we're witnessing here? Is that what we're seeing here, folks? As Carnage now fights back with a clothesline. So I love this new attitude of Systematic Carnage. he don't care at all. He is bringing the fight and the pain to anyone he sees in the ring. And Carnage now throws Abraham into the buckle. And now going after his son here. And a big slam there by Carnage. And Carnage earned this tag team title match by beating Abraham last episode of Underground. Knocks Gabriel off the apron. And now Carnage has Abraham up for that sidewalk slam and hits it. Big sidewalk slam there by Carnage. Hooking the leg here on Abraham for the victory. 2. And a kick out there by Abraham. And now wait a minute. Carnage going to the top rope here. And it's always scary every time this big man is on the top rope. 6'11", goes systematic Carnage. And off the top there, no, Abraham moves out the way. And now Abraham with a big slam to his father. And now wait a minute, Abraham not afraid to go to the top rope himself. And now Abraham with the swanton bomb, and he hits it. Abraham hooking the leg for the cover, and now Christopher Regal breaks it up. And now collar elbow tie up, sends Carnage into the buckle. And now makes the tag, and in comes Gabriel. And now up the ropes goes Carnage, and now a double backdrop there by the Void. And now Gabriel, oh, what a slam. What a slam by Gabriel, hooking the leg here. Carnage could be done. And oh, man. And again, to the reality of the situation, who's going to be next in line for the Tag Team Championships once this match is done? We saw Cash Money Inc. officially come out as a tag team together. Team Bloodshed's been incredible. We saw the debut of the West Dublin Connection, and the Beautiful Angels picked up a win. So things are heating up in tag team wrestling here on Annihilation. And now, double team elbow there by the Darkness. And then wait, Christopher Eagle now going to the top rope. Gabriel slowly getting to his feet. And Eagle off the top rope, beautiful move there. And now Christopher Eagle with that shot to Abraham, and a DDT. And a DDT, and Gabriel with the diamond. No! Christopher Eagle saw it coming. And is that the patience coming into fruition here? This crowd here on the side of Christopher Eagle to become a 2-time MPWF World Tag Team Champion. Unleashing with these strikes here on Gabriel, and there again, the land of the living skies, and that's going to be it. Christopher Eagle to win the tag team titles, and Abraham just breaks it up. Crowd here loving this matchup on main event of episode 20 of MPWF Underground. We are on the road to the Royal Rumble, the final Underground of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. And now Gabriel has Christopher Eagle up. Oh my God, what a move that was. That was nasty. Gabriel with the cover. 2. Oh God, Christopher Eagle just gets the shoulder up. Again, we saw Charlie Jean have a beautiful Christmas winning the men's Underground title. Who is going to leave with the tag team titles? And a splash off the top rope there by Gabriel. And now he wants to tag back to Abraham. And Abraham back in the ring here again. And oh, here it is, folks. Abraham could be looking for Into the Void. And now has him up, but Christopher moves out the way. And a kick to the midsection. And a right hand there by Christopher. And now Christopher going for it. Skull crushing finale. That's it. Skull crushing finale. Oh no, Gabriel breaks it up. And said Christopher Eagle was worried about it. He said, I need powers to fight Benson Clement. He's doing damn good here tonight. He's doing damn well here tonight. And now Eagle with Abraham. And he throws Abraham, but Abraham lands on his feet. Abraham lands on his feet, but it doesn't matter. As Christopher Eagle down near jumped out the building with that one. And now makes the tag, and in comes Papa Carnage. Forget Papa Shango. Papa Carnage in the ring here. And now wait a minute. Oh my God. Systematic Carnage thought he was friggin' Jeff Hardy diving off that top turnbuckle there. And oh, wait a minute, Benson Clement now distracting, systematic carnage, and Abraham gonna take advantage here. And like I said, you gotta watch him, and now look at this. Look at this here. Sleeper hold applied here by Abraham, trying to choke out his father. It might be the only way to stop him, but wait a minute, Carnage able to escape. And again, everybody has damn near PTSD every time you see someone in a sleeper hold these days, after what happened between John Cena and Gunther. But Benson Clement again with another distraction to Abraham here. Sorry, to Carnage, allowing Abraham to take advantage. Those distractions by Benson Clement may have just secured his team the win. And now, off the ropes, wait, ducking under, Carnage coming with speed, oh my god. That's some serious ass impact there by Abraham. And I'll wave it right back to that sleeper hold again. Abraham with a sleeper hold in front of Christopher Eagle. And Carnage telling Eagle not to... Carnage just told Eagle not to come in the ring. Carnage just told Eagle not to come in the ring. And Eagle listened to him. Oh my goodness. Carnage just tapped out to the sleeper hold, and Eagle was about to break it up, and Carnage said, "Don't break it up." I don't know what that means. I don't know what we're seeing here, folks. But that's another win for the Void here tonight. And still, the MPWF World Tag Team Champions is the Void. I mean, it was an incredible matchup, an incredible main event. But it is truly the nightmare on Christmas. And right here, Carnage saying, "Don't come in." You see, Eagle was about to come in, and he said, "Don't come in." And that has made these two men still the MPWF World Tag Team Champions, folks. This was our final Underground of 2025. We will see you in the new year for New Dawn Rising, folks, and the Royal Rumble coming up. My name's Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and I'm signing out. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you soon, folks. Good night, everybody.